So yeah, you've sent Grub off to go and get the orc. Maladuk and the goblin gang. Maladuk and the goblin gang. And you've sent Jory to go get Glam-glam. It's probably a couple of days worth of travel to even reach each of these different parties. And you've got the Umdaman. Wilgus, I believe, is the proprietor of the Umdaman at the moment. And you went into the Three Stags, and Alfilia there waiting for you had an attitude, like you said, and she was saying, "I told you to come straight to me." It's going to be an interesting session where things will be
getting dicey.
And yeah, Christian in the chat says, believe the correct way to refer to him is King Grub. That is right. The invincible leader of goblins, I believe he thinks of himself as right now, thanks to...
Long may he reign.
Yeah. That was so good. So good. Let's get some Heaven Sounds of Three Stag sounds going. Alfilia is sitting there. She's got a bit of attitude on her face, but there's a smile there as well. She is happy to see you. She's happy to see the Umdaman. But she's just saying, "I thought I told you to come straight to me." She's looking right at you, Wilgus. You're the one holding the Umdaman.
Well, we nearly did, but we figured you might want this. Feast your eyes on it. So there's that. You're welcome to have a look from a distance if you'd like, and gather your army because we're heading north to Mirror Lake. Trebuchets, please.
You and your trebuchets. She gives Van Hild a nod, and Van Hild is quickly trying to move the crowd out, trying to get everybody out. The Umdaman is obviously this big mythical sword, and they don't want this to be unveiled in front of this group of just villagers, right? We don't know who's there. So at the moment, it just looks like you're swiping around a sword, and Alfilia says, "Put that away, put it away." Just...
Oh, sure, sorry.
But the place is cleared out. People are upset and they're kind of whispering at what's going on, but they know something very important is going down. But Van Hild, with the sort of presence she has in Outskirt, manages to get everybody out. First of all, with everyone gone, Alfilia offers some seats to you at her table. And she says, I didn't think you could do it, but you proved me wrong. This is absolutely, this is, nothing like this has happened in Misty Vale before. We've been looking for the means to get that for so long, and you have it. So first of all, from myself and everyone with the Immaculate Flame, we thank you.
You're welcome.
How much do we owe you for your services?
A very good
Little
question.
signs appear in our eyes.
Ching ching.
Because we will pay as much as we can possibly pay if it means we can take that sword and get it out of the Misty Vale to the head of our order. The further away from Azrael, the better.
Well, you see, we were going to go kill Azrael with it, you see.
She furrows her brow. You've seen the clouds hanging over the Misty Vale, and you've surely noticed that the darkness seems to be growing. I fear Azrael's presence within those clouds will turn more to his side, and it's just a matter of time before you're overpowered and the sword gets taken from you. It gets delivered straight to Azrael, and Azrael releases Sathmog from his 800 years of banishment. We just need that sword out of here. It's the safest for everybody.
Why? What does he need the sword to bring back Sathmog?
That is the belief, correct. You're going to be delivering the sword directly to Azrael.
Well, why don't we destroy it?
I don't know if it can be destroyed. Look at the quality of it. That's been away for 800 years, and
It's an antique.
it looks amazing. It's an immaculate condition for something that is 800 years old. Not a scratch on it.
Looks expensive.
It does.
But isn't the purpose of this sword to end Sathmog and Azrael?
We have to liberate the Misty Vale. Like, I fear if we just take the sword and run away, Misty Vale will be permanently under his thumb, right?
That is right. But that's surely that's better than delivering the sword directly to him.
But he's getting stronger.
Let's deliver it right into his spleen. That's where we should deliver it.
Alfilia's eyes like dart over your shoulder, over your shoulders to someone approaching, but it's too late. Can I just get an awareness roll from everyone?
Oh.
Probably.
Probably, maybe.
Maybe.
If you've got. Let's turn that sound off.
Well, this passes on a 12.
Oh, that's not a.
What is everyone showing?
I've got a 20.
Oh, okay. 20 in this game is not good.
No. Mallory is thinking, it's been ages since I had a good mug of ale.
It's been ages.
What are you
since I've
talking about?
Had a good short sword into the spleen.
No.
It happens quickly. Her eyes dart over. She notices someone walking in. You all turn. You got a finger up.
I got a 1. Does that count for anything?
That's
As
the best.
a hyper awareness?
What? Yes, actually, I will allow that. I will allow. So, Digby, you turn and see this just a random villager. You've never seen him before. He looks just no different to any of the other villagers you've seen in Outskirt. You see him quickly unsheathe this small short sword, and you see this brand on his arm that looks like a sort of like an icon of a demon, like very sort of symbolic of a demon shape. If you can give me a sleight of hand.
Oh.
So this is going to decide how good your awareness is, how quickly.
Oh, I got a 10 and I needed a 13 or below.
Cool.
Nice.
So you managed to stop this sword from taking purchase in Mallory's back. What do you do? How do you stop it? Because it is just being unsheathed and coming straight in from Mallory's back.
Oh, I grab my own knife sheath, and as it's going towards Mallory's back, it goes into my sheath.
Fantastic.
All right. Okay. So we're in this really weird situation now, where he's struggling to like move it out of the sheath, but you've kind of like got your sheath in your hand.
Yeah, I put the little lock on it. It's got a little leather lock. There we go.
What do the rest of you do? What do the rest of you do? He's struggling.
Do I have time to step to the side and like backfist the guy in the face?
Yeah, give me a brawling roll.
Uh-oh, do I even have that? Brawling. Where are you brawling? Where is the brawling?
On the right hand in the weapon skills. Should be near bows.
Right hand. Lame. Oh, I'm not much of a brawler, but let's give it a go. Nope, not much of a brawler.
You can push it if you want to try again.
Nah, I boop him on the nose.
Just like it just like it's a wet hit. Like it connects, but it just does nothing. It's just like
It's just all the feathers.
I think because of your awareness, you weren't even sure. It was just like one of those little flailing hits. Good with a bow, not so much with a punch. What about you, Wilgus?
Yeah, Wilgus will stab him in the throat with his knife.
Yeah, okay, because you see like there's like a morning star next to Alfilia, and she's reaching for it. Wait a second.
I clicked the wrong one.
You clicked the wrong one.
I'll click the right one.
I nearly spat my drink, but I don't know why I was so surprised that Wilgus would do that.
Yeah, you definitely shouldn't be surprised.
No.
7 nick blade damage.
Yeah, you just kill him in one shot. Just bring him straight down as he's like, you can see he's about to give up on that sword. Just leave it with you. But that sword just comes in. Shunk, it just kills him. Bam.
Wilgus will flick the blood off. Whoosh.
Yeah.
That's what you get for interrupting a pleasant conversation.
And Alfilia says, "This is what I mean about it. Azrael's his reach is growing. His presence, it's
we have to stop him. You're right. We do.
And you can now see the brand on his forearm, and it's kind of it's like an angular shaped head with horns coming up off it. It's been branded into his forearm,
like all the statues.
Similar to that.
That's a dead giveaway. If we see anyone with one of those,
you're right.
And
forearms out, everyone.
Right. Alfilia,
you're safe, Wilgus.
Alfilia, without any hesitation, rolls up her sleeves to show you her forearms. She says, "But it's not just the forearms. Those cultists, they will have that brand somewhere on their body."
Are we getting naked right now? Is that what's happening?
Well, I trust you lot. Yeah.
Anyway,
He sounds a bit disappointed, Wilgus.
She's like, no, we don't want you to get naked.
Alfilia breathes,
studs, isn't it?
Alfilia breathes boobily to her seat. No. Okay.
Poobily.
I'm trying to just like Wilgus's focus on everyone getting naked.
Oh, right. I'm not very good at conversations, you see. Right. You were saying, Alfilia, how many in your army, and when can you march north?
She's frustrated. What she wants is that sword out of Misty Vale.
I don't think you can afford this sword anyway. You know, the sword is expensive, but what's more profitable is turning this entire area into a adventure tourism zone. We've been to many amazing places. Imagine if this place was freed of actual evil. All the tourists would flood in, and we'd be first to plant the flag of tourism.
And not bound
to
by
road
this
lonely
evil tyrant. Surely you want peace in this area, Alfilia. And then, if you like, you can take the sword afterwards to anywhere, because it wouldn't matter. You'd still have to pay for it, though.
Yeah, you pay for it.
Maybe more, actually. Because it would have slayed the demon lord, but...
Collector's piece.
Look, I understand. I'm not happy, but I understand. You have done more for the Misty Vale than anyone else before you. So maybe this is your journey. Maybe you are destined to take this fight to Azrael, but it's a hell of a wager. Maybe what we could do, those of us that are still here in Outskirt, can train you over a couple of days, improve your skills before you head off.
Presumptuous.
Sure. And then you'll come with us north. I'm sure that's the rest of that sentence, right?
Yeah. I think there's a few of us that would be happy to leave together with you. The majority of us are in different corners of the Misty Vale right now, searching for the pieces of the statuette. Right. But there are a handful of us that that we'd be happy to leave with you.
Did we mention that we've got a giant on our team as well? So we're gonna kick some arse. I recommend you send maybe those really fast flying little bird things out to your mates all throughout the Misty Vale and get them north pronto so they can still get in some of the action.
We have there was plans to regroup in about a week's time here in Outskirt. I'm not sure where they are, so they'll be back in a week. But that's too long, right?
Oh, I see. You're just new at this, right? That's okay. I'm not good at things too.
Mallory leans over to Wilgus and whispers, should we mention that we've got the goblins on side and that they'll be helping as well?
Great idea, Mallory. Maybe you
Wait,
tell
wait,
her.
wait.
I feel like I've done too much adult talking for one day. Oh,
Shouldn't we
What was
keep
it,
that
did we-
quiet? Should we not mention the goblins because they hate goblins? We're just like, once they're out there, it's easier to say like, oh, don't worry, these are our goblin friends.
But wouldn't it be awesome if we show how great Wilgus is, because not only has he got the sword, but he's conquered the goblins and brought them on side.
Wow. Colonialism in my video game.
oh. We
The great
I'm a
Win in
mortal
Rome.
as well.
Wilgus Savior.
We could drop that in maybe, or if we already won her over with the giant, I don't know.
Okay, don't use the C word. Just say that we've made friends with the goblins. They're on
C
side
word.
How
and
about
they
now?
can fight with us.
How about our Western allies?
Oh, Western
About that.
allies.
They're from the West Island.
They are from the, yeah.
Could. No, that sounds
Um,
good. Yes, we have allies in the West. That sounds really good.
Yeah,
Right.
not
And then-
green.
And then
They're
when
not
we
green.
go over there, surprise, they're goblins.
Yeah, what is it, Maladuk and the
Goblin gang.
Goblin
Goblin
Gang? Yeah, I mean, yeah, we can just say we've made different friends throughout the land, and a few will be joining us. Yeah, how about that? Like a giant and some other
Many
brave
people
souls.
from many backgrounds wish to fight with
Yeah,
us
yeah.
against this rising evil.
I just don't trust these guys will take to goblins just for a mention. But maybe they'll become friends if they get together, have a picnic.
It's
We
a
did.
long trip north. We could pause for a picnic or two.
Yeah.
We could stop for a team building exercise.
Trust falls with goblins.
Yes.
Fall right onto their sharp sticks.
Oh, whoa.
Oh,
What else do you do? Oh, maybe, yeah, some sort of adventure park. We could set one up. We on tightropes and things.
Yeah.
people could fly around on flying foxes. It'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
So I know this is all part of your prep, Reagan. So this is all part of your prep. What we're doing now.
Don't worry
so
about
we're probably
my prep. Don't
we're
worry
probably
about that.
well into it already, aren't we?
You might already be off the rails. Who knows?
We've gone too far, too fast.
Maybe I had planned a whole adventure of you guys taking the blade out of Outskirt and out of the Misty Vale. We'll never know.
Selling it.
Just
Okay.
run over the hills and far away.
yeah.
It's
Yes,
it's our new pattern is run off the map.
Just run,
If there's the
yeah.
edge of the map, run.
Yeah.
New map. Well, shall we make a beeline to the north, take a few of these hardy folk, and meet up with hopefully a giant and
Well, how
our
long?
Western allies.
So you've have you mentioned the Western allies to Alfilia? Is that the plan?
We're just mentioning a few adventurer folk that we've come across, right?
Okay.
Not
And-
Goblin Gang.
Okay. And you've already sent word for them to meet you at Mirror Lake?
Oh, yes.
When do you expect them there?
Within 3 days.
It's a 4-day trek.
Not for them.
Within
What's the-
3 days. I like it. Yeah.
What? Isn't that on the dawn of the third day?
Sure. Yeah,
Look to
yeah.
the west.
Yeah.
Don't forget, Digby, we need 2 days for the training montage.
Oh, are we doing training? I just thought that they
Absolutely.
didn't have much
They offered. They offered.
What do they have to offer? Okay.
Well,
You
you
think
need to,
it's
with
valuable?
training, you need to be able to train from someone else who
Yeah.
has the skills. So,
Okay.
So that's what's being offered. Is they basically said we've got a few people in town. If you need some extra training before you take
Okay.
on this monumental endeavor, then
6 days. We'll meet our friends in 6 days.
I think that seems about
4-day
right.
trip,
I think
2-day
that seems about
training.
right.
Montage. Okay.
Yeah.
I would be pretty keen for some sword training, and I'm sure you've got someone in your team who's good at whipping a blade around.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Hardy would be the man for that.
Right.
Dropping it.
I struggled with his training last time, but this time I've
Well,
got
he's
to
on his
really
trained.
focus.
He's trained from
Wait,
the
is-
best, so I'm sure
Is Hardy part of your organization?
you'll meet the others. But yes, him and I oversee the majority of what happens at Outskirt.
Nice.
Sneaky little
how
guy.
many-
He didn't tell us he was part of a secret organization.
It's a secret. Come on. What were you saying, Wilgus?
How many of there are you?
In Outskirt right now, it's myself, Hardy, and 2 others.
Great. 4 extra blades for the army. That sounds good.
Plus your giant, and how many are you expecting from the west?
The numbers are
Okay, they
positive.
are. They certainly are.
There's,
They are, yes.
They are. I
numbers
feel
are for
like
the weak.
I feel I need to tell you one thing about Mirror Lake. I mentioned to you when we met earlier that I've tried multiple times to get close to Azrael, to try and end him myself, and that each time I was injured and damaged and sent back. There is a corrosive mist that lays on top of Mirror Lake. I've tried again and again to get through, but it gets in your lungs, it erodes your armor, that is the one thing I don't know how we're going to get through. That's an unknown.
Right.
Acid.
Yeah.
Maybe
mist.
Yeah.
when we arrive, there might be a southerly wind which will just blow it all away just in time.
Look, maybe, but the mist has been there 800 years.
It's about due to go then,
it's-
right?
Yeah, you never know.
It wasn't. It's not Azrael's doing. It's Aladain's doing. It was the mist that was there to keep Azrael from escaping. The only problem is it also stops us from getting in to kill him once and for all.
I would bet that when we take the sword to the north, that mist will dissipate.
I hope you're right. It was Aladain's sword.
Yeah.
I'm not good with this magic stuff, but we can give it a go.
You can cut mist, can't you? If it's thick enough.
Well, let's see how the training goes.
If it's
I'll
in
let you know.
solid form.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so what I reckon we can do is we'll treat training similar to travel. So you can travel for 2 shifts a day. So we're going to allow you to do 2 shifts of training. So what I want you guys to think about, take a look at your character sheets, and sort of let me know what you want to train on. So you'll get 4 possibilities of upgrading skills or a skill. So have a think about what
So we could potentially go up 4 on one skill, or
potentially.
is it 4?
Oh wait,
different ones?
the training is a little different. Let's have a quick look at the rules for training because but a teacher can only raise a skill level by 1. After that, you must improve the skill through experience before you can get more help from a teacher. So what I will allow to do in this case, if you were wanting to do another point on the same skill, we can think of a training session and then a practice. You go out to practice that thing. So if you want to put up a skill by more than 1 point, we'll figure that out. We'll move around that. But I'm happy to be flexible here. This is a big important moment.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds great, Alfilia. I think I'll practice with this on-demand sword. It's quite larger than my knives, so I'll dedicate my training just to that.
Yeah. So that is was that a broadsword or a great sword? What's that one?
Yeah, I've got great sword.
Great sword. How's your swords?
My swords is at 14, so
Oh, that's not so bad. That's pretty
Yeah.
good. But yeah, okay. How about you? So when you say you want to practice that, do you want to just like spend your 4 sessions training, practice
Yep.
on that? Okay. If people are wanting to just be a bit more generalized and upskill 4 different skills by 1 point, welcome to spend 4 training sessions.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
do that.
Cool. Let's go through it. Let's go through day 1. She says, look, there's no time like the present. Let's have a look at the map. Where are we gonna meet? Let's meet. Taking a look at the main map here. Let's head out into the fields north through the north gate. Just 50 meters out, there's some training grounds there that Hardy uses.
Great.
You head out there now. I'll go get Hardy and the others, and we'll start training right away.
Excellent.
Cool. She leaves. She just gets up and leaves. She's out. Good to go. Van Hild sort of heads out as well to let patrons back into the bar. Anyone who is sort of unlocks the door and lets people back in. The hustle and bustle slowly starts picking up around you.
all right. Is there anything we want to do in Outskirt before we go training, team?
I think we've got plenty of stuff, don't we? How are we doing for rations? Maybe not so good.
I have 3 rations left on me.
I might go buy 10 rations, or maybe 20.
Okay.
And the
That sounds
Badonkadonk can carry them.
Yeah, for sure.
Does that cost money? How much is a ration?
Let's have a quick look here. I'd say it'd be like I'm just gonna go off memory. It was like 5 for a gold or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just say that 5 for a gold.
So 4. So I got 46 gold left.
Yeah, nice.
I
You
should
could use your
spend my
battering
silver.
skill.
Yeah.
You could trademark the food that comes out of this place. Outskirt snacks, and then you could get it all for free.
Well, I would pass on my battering, but never mind. Okay, but that's. Do we need anything else?
Well, that's
We've got.
well, so you pass. You had to roll under 15, so that's good, right?
Yeah,
So did you want to do some bartering? Did you with the pricing?
I would. That's what I would do.
Oh, sorry, it
wouldn't
was
pay full
one
price.
silver. It was 1 silver. So it was so you could get 20 for 2 gold pieces.
Okay, and that's even without bartering, is it?
That's without bartering, yeah.
So they pay me. So how about
With bartering, it's a half price. They give you a full 20 for a single gold piece.
for? So that's 10 silver.
Which I believe is one gold piece. It was 10 silver for 1 gold piece, I believe.
So because I've got silver, I'm just going to spend my 10 silver.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, perfect. He says after the successful bartering, he says, "Oh, I'm just glad to see my donkey still alive and well. Thank you for looking after him."
He's a beautiful donkey.
Do you like the spider armor that we put on it? He looks amazing, right?
Oh, sorry about that.
I totally forgot about the spider armor.
I didn't realize that was a permanent thing.
It's just kind of like
Wait.
sloughing off and rotting.
Ugh,
It just stink.
Yeah.
so many legs, so many eyes.
Spedida donk.
It's just slowly been leaving parts of it like behind it as
God.
it moves about.
It's got like one leg left.
yeah.
Spider dunk, doing the things that a spider dunk does.
Any other purchases? Anything else that you're wanting to pick up before you head out for training?
Oh,
One check from me. Sorry, is chainmail the best armor that you got in this place?
I don't know if you've still got that list of stuff. He has everything that's common. And he can get in uncommon and rare stuff, but yeah.
from Amazon.
Yeah. But it takes about 5 days to come through.
All right, thank you anyway.
He goes, oh, wait a minute. I might have one back. I think one came in. Someone ordered one a few weeks back and never ended up coming to pick it up. Let me see if it's still out the back there. And he goes out the back and rummages around. He goes, yeah, it's kind of like a lost and found. If anyone orders something that doesn't show up, I just throw it in the lost and found in case they come back. There's a whole bunch of stuff. But here we go. And he heaves up this big chainmail up onto the counter. Is this what you're looking for?
This is just what I'm thinking about, but just better than that.
Better than that.
Yeah, because I'm wearing chainmail at the moment.
Chainmail Plus.
I did wonder why you wanted chainmail.
That's okay.
Since you're wearing
Most people
chainmail.
listen to me. I talk shit a lot of the time.
I don't have plate armor. That is very expensive. It's very rare. I need someone to buy up front before I can bring that in. It's 500 gold. If you need it, I can order it for you today. 500 gold.
That's all right. We'll come back when we've conquered Misty Vale.
Right.
Liberated.
Right.
Liberate.
Liberation Day, isn't it?
Enlightened the entire valley.
You got it. Pretty sure on that day, all purchases are free.
I'll tell you what. If you liberate Misty Vale or whatever it is you're planning on doing, it's all yours. I'll sure.
Really?
Are you giving me the Misty Vale? I thought you just owned this shop.
I'm talking about the plate armor.
Oh, thank you.
Not Misty Vale.
Normally it would have gone up by 65%. You're
Bringing
getting it
it
in from the neighboring village.
Yeah. yeah.
Yeah, I think this man's got a solid place now. Adventuring tourism.
Sorry, I mean I'll give it for you for a
establishment.
bargain. I'm not at 5. I can't give you 5. I don't even own 500, but I can find you some plate armor. I think.
Oh, I don't need 500. Just one set of plate armor would do fine. Thank
The
you.
story's changed, hasn't it?
Well, I was just getting excited for you. I don't.
No, take back.
It'll bankrupt me.
Yes, but think of your
Bankruptcy.
progeny. They'll be living in a free world where they won't need armor anymore.
Yeah, or arms for some reason.
Yeah.
Good point. All right.
Okay.
Anything else?
Nope.
Let the training montage begin. Then I
Dun,
guess.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun, dun.
You walk out. You head out the northern gates, and you see Hardy, Alfilia, and these other two soldier-looking men. You've seen them as soldiers within Outskirt before, and now they always looked sort of a little bit out of place because they did look a lot more rugged, a lot more like they'd seen outside the walls of Outskirt, and so it's kind of they've seen things. It suddenly makes a little more sense, but they've set up some training areas. And Hardy, with his sword, waves Wilgus over with his other hand. He says, "This is going to be." No, that's not his voice. He says, "This is going to be." I think they've got a face for him as well. This is going to be tough, Wilgus. I'm going to train you like you've never been trained before.
Oh, I love that setting because last training, you were there, so let's do it.
Not too good.
I think we should use that as a baseline and we'll improve on that. What do you reckon?
On guard! And he's like, and he comes at you with his sword.
Whoa! Are you practicing with the fancy sword? Or are you using like,
Absolutely.
Has to, yeah. He's
Okay.
yeah.
Hardy
I think
dies.
I was going to say I think Hardy would prefer the like training swords, but no, he's keen to train alongside you, Wilgus. That first session is a grueling session. It just every time you're ready for a break, Hardy just pushes on. He's got hell of a stamina, this guy. Give me a roll of swords, please. If you roll over your stat, your training has been incredibly good.
No.
You're not getting. He's like, Hardy's like, you're not focusing, Wilgus.
Can I push it, do you think, even harder, as if I was pushing a roll?
not with training.
That's right, I remember now. Shit.
Yeah. But he says, but I'm pooped. There's a solid 7-hour session of just back and forth swordsmanship there, Wilgus. I'm surprised you didn't pick up something. You do have a good baseline there, but I've set up this practice dummy if you want to keep going.
Oh, that sounds great, thank you. I might have had too much goblin wax in my ears.
Yeah, so feel free to spend the next time. Like it's like 4 p.m. at this point, and so you're just going to be pushing through into the dark, out there in the field. So give us another roll to see how your practice session goes.
Oh, that's what he meant. You do the swap and then the sha. I know what you're saying now. Lucas
Perfect.
rolled a 19.
Yeah, nice.
Yes.
So
Mallory
you're-
cheers him on from the side. Yeah, that's my boy.
So your 14 for swords goes up to a 15 for sword. Also for swords. Let's go over to Digby. So Wilgus is just sort of what you've seen. He's just moved over with Hardy to start training. And Alfilia sort of says, "What have you thought? Have you thought about what you're wanting to train?"
Yes.
Digby.
Yes, I have. And Digby pulls out 2 sticks. It starts rubbing them together. Bushcraft.
Bushcraft. Right. Okay. 1 minute. And she has a quick chat with one of the other soldiers. And he like, okay, yep, and heads back into the village. And it's like about half an hour later. You're just sitting there with your 2 sticks, where he brings in Dranath, a face you haven't seen for some time. Dranath is like, "Oh, hey, man. I hear you need some training, yeah? Be one with the wilderness, man. Yeah, come with me, my guy."
Okay.
So, what sort of stuff is Digby wanting to learn about bushcraft? What is it? Just to give it a bit of flavor.
Pitch in a tent.
Hot. He's the man for the job on this one. You've seen his place. It's a mess, but pitching a tent and living out in the wilderness is something he knows a lot about. He's, I got you, man. Give me and your session begins. It's a full-on day of bushcraft. Full-on 7-hour session of just Dranath, foraging, pitching tents, sort of a whole bunch of bushcraft stuff. How to read.
Because my only notes for Dranath says bit of a know-it-all.
There we go. Yeah.
So this is helpful. If he knows it all about bushcraft.
Yeah.
Oh, I failed. I got a 10.
Yeah. Hey. Well, I'm sure you've already got a. I've seen that you could pick a good spot. He says, because you seem to be pretty good at finding the right place for a tent.
Because when it counts. But...
So he offers the same sort of thing. He's given you some advice. You're welcome to spend sort of the late afternoon continuing, or you can go back to Alfilia to potentially look for another skill to upgrade.
Well, the other thing I'm going to train in is persuasion. So maybe I persuade him to pitch a tent.
Sure.
16, yes, and I needed over a 15. Yay.
Yeah, cool. So he's also, as you can tell, he's a very, I'm not, eloquent's not the right word. He's very charismatic. He can talk the ear off anyone as well, as you've experienced. And you've just got this banter back and forth as you've managed to slowly persuade him to do all of the tent building and stuff for
Yes,
you.
I don't think I did anything the whole day, right? That's probably why I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay. Just
and-
asked him to do it again and again. Ooh.
Yeah. And Mallory.
I'm going for a nap in the tent, by the way.
Yeah, cool. Oh, actually, it's still daytime, so I shouldn't have flicked that over.
Doesn't matter.
Mallory, Alfilia, what is asking Mallory, how about yourself? We've got Digby sorted with Dranath. We've got Hardy helping out Wilgus here. How can we help you?
You know, we've had a few close calls recently. I personally was stomped almost to death. I think I need to work on dodging and evasion of attack. So if you could help me with my footwork, maybe.
Yeah. So she teams you up with the two other soldiers. One has a training sword in hand, and the other one is kind of your tutor. He's going to sort of tell you a little bit more about the fancy footwork and what to look for and how to time your dodges and all this kind of stuff. And the training begins just with like the wooden training sword, thump straight into you, bam, thwack, boom, keeps hitting you. But give us a roll to see how this session goes.
Oh, I did it! 20, but this is a good 20, so I'm happy.
Yep, this is a good 20. I don't think there's any special. I'm trying to remember if rolling a 20 on leveling up is a
Because
thing.
I've rolled a 20, a little red spot has appeared on my character sheet. Do I get to keep that, or it doesn't count because it's training?
I'm going to allow it. It's a roll. It's a roll that you got a 1 or a 20 on. I'm just going to totally allow that.
Thank you.
So you've done really well. They're impressed. They're impressed. They're so impressed that the guy who's been tutoring you says, I think we should take this up a notch.
Let's do it.
And he dismisses the guy with the training sword. And he says, to truly dodge, your practice is going to be with me and a real sword. Are you ready for that?
Righto. Hang on, she does her little limbering up. Cracking sounds like someone lighting a disco stick.
Yeah. And you've got bird bones as well. They're just light and brittle as well. So like,
It's probably mostly like a bunch of feathers just like popping back into place. Just pick,
yeah,
pick.
I like that.
Okay. Let's do
ready?
this.
And
And
go. Let's roll. Let's see how well.
up again. It did not work.
No, not this time. Not this time. The you've learned a lot. He's very impressed with how far you've come. But he notices pretty early on that maybe the sword is putting you off, the real sword, and he's just hitting you with the flat of the sword so as not to actually cause damage. Right? You may have lost a couple of feathers during this. You've done well, but you haven't learned anything new, and he was hoping you'd get that extra nugget of information out of him. But it's been a really long and tiring day working alongside the Keepers of the Flame.
Thank you, teacher.
You guys are all completely exhausted by these 2 sessions that have taken you through to like damn near midnight. You head back to the 3 stags with Alfilia. Hardy and the others have all sort of dispersed throughout the day as they were no longer needed. But Van Hild is waiting for you with plates of food ready to just feed you, to make sure everything is the beds are available in the rooms upstairs. And Alfilia sits for a meal by herself over in her usual spot. How do you want to spend your night before another day of solid training?
Aw. Can we go eat with Ophelia? Because she's always eating by herself.
Yeah, you're absolutely welcome to. Yeah.
Great idea, Mallory.
She does her little old ducky, thing, and just says, "Scooch over, dear," and is like, pop, pop, with the food, and just sits. Doesn't say, "Can we sit here?" Just scooches over.
Yeah. She's
Enjoying dinner. Nom, nom.
it's very new for her. She's used to just being alone with her thoughts in the Three Stags, and it takes a little while for her to warm into it. She's just kind of eating while you guys are talking amongst yourselves, and just slowly kind of makes a comment here and there. What were we going to say, Mallory?
I was going to say we regale her with tales of our adventures. It's like, dear, have you heard of the pervert tree? I could not believe it. I could not believe it.
Tell me what stories you regale her with. Mallory, what's your story you regale her with?
She will regale her with the fight of the Manticore, which was amazing.
Okay. And I believe you did show up trying to sell the Manticore heart, I think, to Van Hild, who when she hears sorry?
Is there a piece of the Manticore behind the bar, or was that someone else? Someone else's piece?
You got it put in a pickle jar or something?
Yeah, it's an eyeball, right?
Oh, the eyeball. Yeah.
Is it still up there, or is it in my bag? Do I have to dig through my
I can't remember if she ended up giving it back or if she kept it. Do we remember?
Either way, we show her the eyeball.
Let's say Van Hild pulls it up from behind the bar, behind you talking about the Manticore, and Alfilia sort of chuckles at the whole just idea. How about you, Wilgus? What story are you going to tell her about?
Wilgus will go through every different disgusting smell that landed on him during his adventures. And then this landed on me, and then I was nearly clean, but then I got covered in this stuff. And you can probably see this stain here, as that's what that was as well. So that's how you save the Misty Vale. You got to get stinky.
Yeah, again, she's just laughing at all of the visuals of things emptying themselves on you or stepping into toilet areas that are just the fumes coming up out of them. Just everything that you tell her, she just can't believe it's always you that it falls on. And what about Digby? What sort of stories is Digby telling Alfilia?
I think Digby will be sitting down in a comfy little chair by the table with a little glass of brandy, and he'd be talking about different antiques that he saw that he thought might be worth quite a bit of money. Okay. And he'd be just appraising them, but he slowly starts to mumble and drift off, and it turns into a snore, like quite a little snore. It twitches and falls asleep, as he is a dog man. If anyone doesn't know, he's a dog.
Yeah, she's really bought into what it is that you're talking about, and she's on the edge of her seat as you're about to detail one of the best relics that you'd found and how expensive it was, and she's listening, waiting to hear the final details, and just you think, and you go into a contemplative stance and just sort of drift off and go to sleep and start snoring. She's like. And again, she just laughs. She's just laughing at the. She cannot believe the characters in front of her. You're all very much amazing. The feats that you've done and she says it. You guys, the things you've done and the time that you've been in the Misty Vale is downright amazing. It seems like fate's been on your side the entire time. And just I said it before, but I'll say it again. We just thank you so much, and we're so glad that you didn't end up gifting the pieces of the statuette or gifting the demand to Leonara. She would have delivered it straight to. And she goes, "Wait, what happened with Leonara?"
Oh, Hardy chased her off.
Her face.
Messed up her face. Hardy chased her off. That's what I heard.
Yes.
This can't be good.
That could explain the assassin that tried to interrupt our conversation earlier, perhaps. I suspect we might have to put her in the ground.
I suspect
That means kill her. Like,
I got there eventually, yes. I think you might be right. I think that won't be the last we see of Leonara. And
her knife was really uncomfortable when it jabs into you as well. Wouldn't recommend it at all.
Yeah. And I think we have a 5-minute break there. Terrible timing. If we'd had it 5 minutes ago, then that annoying sort of break wouldn't have happened in the connection, or it would have happened at a better time. All right, you guys are going well. I'm excited for day 2 of the training montage.
Yes. Gotta do a montage.
Yeah. I thought it'd be a good way just to give some bonus like growth before we head into that final drive.
Just a little more beef.
Just that little extra beef.
It's like when you're playing a game and you encounter a room and there's lots of ammo and health potions. You're like, uh-oh.
A little bit.
This doesn't bode well.
Yeah. I get that. I get that sentiment. How are you guys feeling about where you guys are in the story at the moment? What's the tone for the players right now?
I mean, in the back of my skull, there is part of me that's like, intimidated, the big bad's coming up. But otherwise, it's like, woohoo, let's go.
Yeah. I'm very excited, by the way.
Also a little nervous just because of the stomping that we got recently. Right.
You've had everything's been a stomping. Which one are you specifically talking about?
It's Dragonbane has turned out to be quite a roller coaster. Like the dice will be on your side and you're like, yeah, we're awesome. And then it's just like, and you're being stomped into the ground by a giant.
By a literal giant.
By a giant.
I think the best that you guys have done against an enemy was probably Steer, Old Hag Steer in the basement of Road's End. And I thought I was so ready for a TPK on that. And yeah, you guys did so well with your rolls and just figuring stuff out. It was great. But yeah, in the chat, I'm sorry for that weird thing. I don't know why it disconnected. I think we're all good and hopefully I got us in this position where I can make a nice clean cut in the edit and it'll be nice for our YouTube viewers. So if you're watching this right now via YouTube sometime in the future from right now and you didn't notice something was off, nothing was off. I don't know what you're talking about. It was great. Seamless. Exactly. But yeah, I just want to say hey to Ezekiel. Thanks for joining us, man. Have you given us a follow yet? This is Reese's brother, by the way, who, let me just say, is undertaking a pretty big journey of his own of writing a D&D campaign, which is super cool. He has put, supposedly I haven't seen it, but he's put in a lot of work. He's put in, how many pages of information have you put in there, Ezekiel? Be keen to hear more about it, eh?
All of them.
Yeah, because I believe he's doing a full homebrew scenario and setting and everything. So
you got it.
Yeah.
Excite.
It's very impressive.
That's pretty awesome.
I think so. He says about 200 plus pages right now.
Philip.
Yeah, that is impressive. Real impressive. What I would suggest is DM yourself playing it, and I'll be a player. I'll be a player, man. Just get me in on that. I'll do some play testing with you. That sounds awesome. He's using home brewery to make it look... Yes, dude, home brewery is awesome. I started putting my Caldera's Call stuff in there, and it just looks fantastic. So, good choice. Yeah, good choice. Send it through, man. I'm keen to have a look. I want to know how detailed this is. Always keen. Yeah. You guys happy with some training? You guys happy to get some extra potential points?
I like it.
Yeah, no, it's great.
I know what you're
just
doing.
trying to figure out what I want, though.
Oh, I know what you want, Moj. I know what you're aiming for. I can see it.
I am
can see
I
it.
am sneaking over and like looking on that right hand column.
Yeah.
It's like you.
Yeah.
Are
I
you
know
going for another 18, are you?
that's it. And she wants to get
Yeah,
another one to
nice.
18. Get another heroic ability in there, just at the last little scooch of the campaign. Ezekiel, I'll send you a message, man. We're on Discord, I think. So I'll send you. I think you're on Discord. I'll give you a message and send it through to
What?
me.
You're not going to put your email up on the Twitch chat?
For our 4 viewers, no, I don't think it's.
If you join us on Patreon, you can have access
Oh,
to
I give
the
it out
email.
freely. I give it out every week on Patreon. Every new email I've ever had, I put on Patreon.
If you sign up to the Sugar Daddy tier, he will give you his
yeah.
address.
Actually,
his
to be
home
fair,
address.
before we go live, I really should thank our Patreons. I should be doing that like once a month just to be a good patron guy. So let me just bring up my list of peeps to thank for their continuous support.
Patronage.
Tracy, big thank you. Big, huge thank you to Tracy. Because I've got their full. I don't feel right now saying their full name, so I'm just going to say Tracy, Andrew, Lyndon. I can say Lyndon Hood because that's your username. So Lyndon Hood, Squished, Drop Shadow, who I see is in the chat with us as well. QSD, George, the Foolish Fool. Thank you guys so much. Thanks so much for the support, the ongoing support. A bit of the cash that you brought in went back into renewing our Roll20. Our Roll20 subscription, so that'll keep us going for another year, which is great. It's probably going to go towards some of the new D&D books as I sort of slowly prep for Rime of the Frost Maiden. I've done a little bit of work on a new intro for Rime of the Frost Maiden, a little Getting Dicey intro, which I think is looking very cool. Using After Effects to get some fancy effects going to make it look nice. Still trying to figure out what the right tone for the music's going to be, though. Shannon, you reckon something fun?
Do I?
I believe you said that in the Discord.
Fun.
Yeah. Because I put like a sad kind of violin kind of, that wistful out in the blizzard kind of feel, but I don't know if that's the right. I don't know if that's the
You
right
could have
feel.
sad, but it needs to be sadder if you're going to be sad.
Like real,
because it sounds like a little violin, like
yeah,
the world's tiniest violin. But if you could get like real like grim.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or it could. Did I say?
I believe.
What?
Look, I'm almost certain you said it fun, but I don't know.
Fun like winter extreme sports. So it's just a lot of like guitar slides and power chords. And...
I just want something. First of all, free. That would be ideal. I can pay for something if we need to pay for something, but I'd rather just grab something now. And it needs to be short. I only want like a 5-second
a little
sting. That's all I really want. And I was trying to see if I could take like the typical Getting Dicey sting, but I don't know if that would. I don't know if it fits. I tried it. I don't know if it fits. I'll continue with it. I think the last thing I really want to add is some steamy breath coming out of my mouth. And then I think visually I'm sorted. I think I'm done. Originally I added like different layers of snow, and as the face comes forward, the mask kind of grows around, so it looks like you're coming through some layers.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Ooh,
it's pretty cool.
Nice.
Ezekiel, yes, we did used to live together. And how many games have I DM'd? How many campaigns? I don't know. I've DM'd different types of games like D&D, Alien, kind of T2K, Dragonbane, Call of Cthulhu. I think that's it. I think that's the main game systems I've run, and then and then campaigns, just a whole bunch, just homebrew and written and whatever. It's quite a lot.
I snuck a peek at the chat, and yesterday's model stole my idea that I was about to say about the music.
Oh, what did he say? Quirky anime? Ah, dude, I would love.
No, transpose.
Oh,
transpose.
What? Oh, transpose it to a minor key.
Make it minor.
I could give that a try and give it a.
That'll make it spooky.
Grunge it. I don't know, spooky. I don't know. I don't even know. I just feel like that. I want something that feels isolated and lost out in the snow. You know, something that embodies that.
And fun.
90, yeah. 90s X-Men cartoon intro. That's what you want.
Was that 90s cartoon intro?
Yeah, for X-Men.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
So good.
Do that.
It slaps.
You've got it.
Uh,
Vuvuzelas.
Or it could be fun, like DuckTales.
bring the Vuvuzelas back. DuckTales is a great intro song. That cartoon has a fantastic intro. Holy shit. Did it the danger? Hell yeah. Fuck.
Behind
Love it.
you.
It's got so much
there's
energy to
danger
it.
out to find you.
Yeah.
So good.
Ezekiel, what
Jason
channel?
the Wheeled Warriors. That's what you want.
I don't
for
remember
this.
the intro to that one.
Wheel Warrior.
Maybe I should just record myself going,
Silverhawk.
get in, Dicey! Or something like that. Just to really...
Galaxy Rangers.
Oh, yeah, we go.
Silverhawk.
Yeah. Yes.
100% Silverhawk.
Yeah.
Ezekiel, feel free. There's a couple of there's a DM's corner channel in the Discord. Feel free to jump in there and post some stuff in there if you want people to just take a look. If you only want me to look at it and you don't want to put it out there in the public, I understand. But if you want to put it out just to whoever is in our Discord, chuck it in the DM's corner. Everyone has access, but it's just a chance for people to talk specifically about DMing stuff. So yeah. Or if you just want anyone to have a look, chuck it in the TTRPG channel. So there's a couple you can chuck it in, depending on what you want to do with it. Let's get back into it. Let's get back into the training montage. Digby, you wake up in the morning, tucked in your bed. It's morning now, so you can all have a long rest, just to make sure that you're all, if for any reason you lost any hit points between when you arrived in Outskirt and went to bed last night, you're all sorted now. Same with your willpower. You'll get woken up pretty abruptly. It's like 7 a.m. And there's just like thuds on the door to get you out of bed. Rise and shine! One of the soldiers from yesterday calls out, training starts in 10 minutes. And you hear him stomp off down the hallway from within the tavern.
Oh. That's what I should use my persuasion to get 10 more minutes.
He's gone. He's already gone.
Damn it.
You're bartering.
Yeah.
All right.
How's
Suppose I'll get out of bed, wash my face.
How were all the characters feeling from their extensive training yesterday?
Ooh,
Tired.
Feeling achieved. Maybe a little sore.
Nice.
yeah, that was
Have a little
that was
bird
day.
bath and like some water.
Just a puddle outside in the...
Yeah.
Wilgus, how you feeling, man?
Oh yes, that was full on. Let's go. I can shower later because I'm just gonna stink it up again today. Let's go.
Cool. It's not too long before you guys are all back out in the training area. Let's start with you, Mallory. Actually, Alfilia says it's going to be a hard day today, but it's going to be a shorter day than yesterday. The plan is we're going to get the training out of the way, make sure that we're well fed, our supplies are packed, we're ready to go for first dawn tomorrow morning.
Oh, good.
Whoa.
Does that work for you? You're seeing now like her leadership kick in. This is someone who has been leading this part of the Immaculate Flame since they entered the Misty Vale. So you've learned that the Immaculate Flame are actually outside of the Misty Vale for the most part. That's where their headquarters are. There was a smallish group that was brought in, and most of them are out searching right now in different parts for the statuette. And then there was she's taught you that ever since they found that there was some cultists within Outskirt, they thought it would be best for there to be a handful of them here, making sure villages were okay and that the Outskirt itself was not going to be overrun by cultists. So we're going to train hard. It's 8 now. We're going to finish off at about 6. And that should give you enough. That should give us enough. I don't want to wear you out for the journey tomorrow. We've got horses to ensure that we get there faster. We think we can get there in about 4 days. That's fast. That's our fast travel.
That sounds great. And the fact that you've been there already will mean that we can get there straight away rather than us meandering around the wilderness. So
We'll
thank
have
you
a
in
direct line.
advance.
Yeah. So, Mallory, let's start with you. Where are you at? What are we doing with you today?
What are we working on today? We are working. Let's try bringing my close quarter knife skills up.
Okay. Yeah. She teams you up with one of the same guys that was teaching you about dodging yesterday. The one that was with the real sword at the end. He's happy to see you again.
Hello, Mr. Real Sword.
He's a bit more personable. He's making sure you're doing okay. You've done your stretches. You're ready today. You're ready to go. We're going to be dealing with knives, and he pulls out this awesome little knife, and he's kind of like flicks it around in his fingers. He goes, by the end of today, I'll have you doing that. Let's go.
I hope so. Let's go.
Yeah. So let's see how your first chunk of training goes.
Not so good. 14, and I needed to get over a 17.
The good news is he did teach you that like hand trick that you picked up, but actually like using the knife, you haven't really picked up anything new. But it's a bit more of like he's teaching you beginner stuff, but you already got that beginner stuff. So he underestimated your level, and he's trying to slowly pick up more and more high quality stuff. By the end of that training session, he thinks he's figured you out. He says,
Great.
Yeah, he's given you what you might need to go off and practice some new stuff. He sort of explains it a bit more. He says, but he needs to go and sort out stuff for tomorrow. And he's got like this wooden log with like little wooden stump arms. And he just wants you to practice these new moves on the
Wing Chun guy. Oops.
Yeah. So you're welcome to practice, or you can pick another skill and get teamed up with someone else. It's for you at this point. It's like 2 in the afternoon. Maybe you get a little bit of a time just to throw back a ration, but you're getting hurried along. So either practice or new skill.
I'm gonna practice. I'm gonna practice the knives again.
Okay. All right. Cool. He's
Does
set up.
that count as a push or?
No, just a new roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Take this wooden dummy. Oh, does meets beats?
It doesn't.
Oh, so
it
close.
doesn't. You have to roll over for any kind of leveling up. But I mean, like he doesn't see any more growth. Like he's been watching that whole time. He disappears for a bit, comes back with a little bit of with dinner just for himself. And he's just watching, and he's sort of giving you sort of points and tips as you go. But he thinks he says your skills are immaculate. They're amazing. You've got so little room to grow with what you can do with that thing. He's very happy with what you can do.
Thanks.
But you didn't get better than you were yesterday, unfortunately. Wilgus, what about you this morning? We're just jumping back in time. It's 8 a.m. for Wilgus.
Right, Hardy. I listened to what you said, and I chopped that dummy to pieces. So I think I'll try listening better today.
Right. Well, I think you've got the basics, Wilgus. I think you might even have the middle section of skills sorted as well. Let's see what we can do with some expert training today.
Let's do it.
All right, give us a roll. Let's see how your first session goes.
Oh no! Look at that bird. What were you saying, Hardy? Sorry, it was pretty nice bird.
He goes, look, you're outsorting most of the people here in Outskirt already. Your chance of growth at my hand, maybe I'm just not the right teacher. And he gets all kind of introspective for a moment. Just continue practicing. And he sort of walks off. He's confused as to maybe he's not the teacher he thought maybe they got teamed up with the wrong guy. But he's pointed you back towards that practice dummy to see if you can continue your training. Now, again, you can do that, or you can be teamed up with someone else. It's about 2 p.m, the same sort of thing. You see, you look over and you see the guy that Mallory's training with do a really cool knife move.
Wilgus has
cool.
gotten his brain that this great sword is the way to enlightenment, so he's going to go to the other dummy and try and chop it to pieces.
Yeah. The sword is still in just immaculate condition. This thing's not blunting. It's there's no scratches on it. Everything just looks stunning with that sword still.
Wilgus will start his dummy training session with a swirly chop with a and fall over. Oh, gravity's still turned on. Sorry, guys.
You just whiff it. You just miss the thing completely. And by the end of the training, you may have done a little bit more damage to you than you've done to the dummy. You've pulled a muscle. You're feeling a bit frustrated, I think, and tired from the 2 days of incredibly hard training. Digby, what's Digby wanting to do today?
Well, Digby has got he wants to do evade and sleight of hand.
Okay, great. Yeah, Alfilia's going to train you herself on this. She says both of those things. I think I can teach you something. Let's start with sleight of hand, and she holds up like one of your handkerchiefs from your pouch.
What? How'd you get that?
Okay, give us a. It's not just about sleight of hand and stealth taking things, but it's dexterity of your hands that she's trying to teach you. It's how can you be, good with your hands. So give us a sleight of hand roll.
Okay, I've got a 13, a sleight of hand, and I roll a 15.
Perfect. You boost that by 1. It's a pretty chill training session. That time zooms by.
I lift up her socks. Huh? Still wearing your shoes.
She's on the ground with her shoes off, and you're just holding up her socks.
Her shoes are still on.
Oh, damn!
That's the real sleight of hand.
That's actually really impressive.
Yeah.
It's been, like, this has been perfect. Everyone else is training like really physically hard, and you're just like not this.
Lazy.
This fits Digby's persona of just a relaxed kind of thing. She says, "All right, but this is going to be a bit more full on. We're going to be doing some evading. We're going to be teaching you how to evade. So we're going to need to see you move." And she waves over one of the soldiers with the wooden training sword.
And I've already left. Okay, do I roll?
Yeah, please.
I won!
Because you'd already left. I think guys would...
I made it too early.
It's almost too perfect. I think Cannon, she waves the guy over, turns around, and you're gone. You're out. You've I don't know. You can decide how that looks if you want to have a different story for that.
I'm sleeping under a bush now.
Perfect.
Oh, that reminds me. I think last time I rolled up to an 18 on my knives. I changed to an 18, so I had to pick.
Oh yeah, heroic
new
ability.
Skill.
Yes.
Yeah. So
have you picked one?
Yes, I think so. I have picked veteran.
What is?
So how do I add that?
You should just be able to drag it onto your thing and.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then I become a veteran. All right.
Yeah.
It's in the books.
I think there's 2. There's like the core rules, heroic abilities, veteran, and then there's just abilities, veteran. Just drag that abilities.
Oh, which one do I want? The abilities or the core rules?
The abilities. I hope.
Oh, I actually have to stop this being a pop out because it doesn't work.
Oh, right.
I've got Digby Ruffles don't use. And then I've got veteran. There we go. I'll drag that on there. Yep.
So what does veteran do?
Basically, I can choose to keep my last initiative roll if I want to.
Oh, that's really good. So if you get a good initiative, you can just steal it the next round.
Can keep it, yeah.
Perfect.
It costs 1 willpower.
That's really good.
Not bad.
That's
Is
really
it 1
good.
or is it? Yeah.
I believe it's 1. I think you accidentally activated it, so I'm just going to put back that willpower. Cool. So it's been another pretty full-on day of training, except for Digby, who had an incredibly chill day of training and then went to sleep as a comical way to avoid evasion training, which I think is fantastic. It's the hustle and bustle of this evening is a bit more faster paced than it was the previous night. Again, the same meals are available for you, but there's no sign of Alfilia or any of the other members of the Immaculate Flame, as they're all preparing for the morning. You look out the window of the Three Stags to see that outside in the sort of stables connected to the main storefront, where you got Donkey from, these members of the Immaculate Flame, they're sort of utilizing that now to house their horses and prepare their horses for the ride tomorrow. It looks like it's going to be all go on first dawn. How are you guys preparing for tomorrow's travels? You're assuming by this point Glam-glam's been notified. You're assuming by this point Grub has reached Maladuk, shown her the war banner, explained the situation, told them all how he's invincible and is going to rule them all from now, and sending them cracking, hopefully first light tomorrow as well, towards Mirror Lake. All going to plan. Big assumptions.
I think we're in a good spot, everybody. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I think the old adventure tourism thing will be much more chill than this first phase of domination.
Yes.
Conquering. Liberation, that's it.
I think once we no longer have the evil Dragon King hovering over our heads, it'll be a much easier environment to take people through and have gentler adventures. Still adventure-y, but not dangerous.
Adventure-y adventures. That's
Yes,
a good name for it.
adventures. There you go.
Adventure-ish.
Adventure-ish is for people who maybe not so into the adventure-y adventures.
Yeah. Adventuresque.
Ooh.
I'm just spitballing for a brand here. But you're right. I think once that Demon King is gone, then it will be a lot easier around here. It's just that initial stage of getting rid of the Demon King that I'm a little bit apprehensive about. But you're not too bothered?
No, I'm good. I just have to say I'm so proud of how far you boys have come. You know, I was so worried there for a while that maybe I'd made a giant mistake bringing you out here, but look at you.
You did make one giant mistake.
All the fighting. I did make one giant mistake. And then I tried to make better on that thanks to you and your advice. Yes. Oh my gosh. We've all developed so much as characters and individuals.
We're like a venture family.
Oh, yes, we are. I'm sorry. Mallory's going to hug both of them now because that's just a trigger.
I do miss my own 12 children.
Oh.
But I've had you guys.
I'm coming like a child, so.
Covered in blood.
Yes, like the same, like needing to wash them all the time and pretty daft. So I've been trying to make you feel like an old dog father, Digby, to me. And he'll join the group hug.
Oh.
Mallory's don't get me started. No.
You're like a smelly little or big son to me.
That was beautiful.
Your murdering ways. You're getting good at it.
Oh, you're right.
Enlightenment. I can smell it on you.
I think you're slowly warming to it, Digby.
Yes, as long as at appropriate times. Oh.
I'm just moving on to the main.
We're on a larger map. We're in a big world.
Oh,
I'm a little bit worried about
this.
this mist that melts everything.
Yeah, the mist that melts.
Yeah.
The
The melty
mist.
veil.
Melty Lake, that's where we're going. It's not on the map, this mist. It's melt
It's
mist.
probably gone, right? I think we shouldn't give it too much thought.
No.
Yes.
That's what wise people always say.
Maybe, yes. Maybe a fan. You know what? I think it's just condensation. If we have some kind of heat source, it should melt off. Melt the melt.
We do have a couple of lanterns.
Yes.
Couple of
do?
torches.
I've got 10 torches.
Okay, well, I think we're sorted.
We could
Let's
just
do
whip
that.
those around. Done.
One more thing. What are we going to tell them about the old orc army with goblins and all that? Should we just see how many grub rustles up? He might have just scarfed it, right? I do hope he comes.
I believe he will. I have faith in our little grub, and I have faith in Maladuk. She was a lovely leader.
Yes, they did
And
plan
she-
on meeting us when we were going towards the swamp. I don't remember them showing up at that time.
Yeah, that's Chum. I think he's
We might
lower
have been
tier
too
employee
fast.
material, I think. Editorial crew, probably. Right, well, I had a terrible day of training, so I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Nice.
Yes, let's all get rest. Head off early in the morning for our pagan.
Great. The night goes like the previous one. There's a bit more unrest outside the inn or the tavern this night. There's a few more fights that seem to be just taking place outside. There hasn't been any sign of bats. There's been no fluttering or any calling out of there being bats since Leonara and Quasimund was chased off. But just the tension. There's tension in the air, and there's just a massive downpour that night as well. It's kind of hard to sleep through rolling thunder throughout the night. But you wake up in the morning, the rain has subsided a little bit, but the clouds outside are dark, darker than they've been before. And Alfilia, Hardy, and the two other soldiers, nameless because I'm sure they'll die, are just waiting outside for you.
Red shirts on.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, they're all ready to go. They've each got a horse. They've managed to get together 3 other horses as well. There's enough horses for everyone. There's not enough horses for the donkey to ride, unfortunately. But there are enough horses to attach all of your stuff and get going.
Should we leave Badonkadonk behind?
Oh, she's in good. I'll look after her until she's a year old back. I'm sure she'll back with her old father, me, the father of the donkey.
Sounds legit.
I had one of those too. It's an aneurysm. They're not very comfortable, but they come and go.
Just
And
breathe
you get
through
used
it.
to them.
Oh,
How about
I don't know if I
about
want to leave the donkey.
The shopkeeper is there to see you off. He's like opened up the stables for Alfilia and the group.
Well, here's the thing. All my stuff is on that cart. So can we distribute that amongst the horses?
Yeah, for sure. You'd be able to distribute it amongst the 3 or more, your 3 horses, and if you need to put it amongst the other horses as well, that's totally fine.
I am quite
how do you
partial
feel?
to leaving the donkey here because if we all get eviscerated, it'll still live a happy life.
There we
Someone has to carry on.
Well,
It's-
until this entire place is taken over by evil, which will
You're
be
right.
about 30 seconds after we're killed.
go. Yeah.
How do you
Who's
feel
that?
about it, Badonkadonk? 1 Eeyore if you want to stay here. Otherwise, stamp your foot if you want to come with us.
Did you want to roll for that?
No,
Did you want to roll?
I want
I'm not
it's
making
an
it up.
actual character.
Oh, okay. I think it is busy, like getting ear scratches from the shopkeeper to notice.
Okay, you stay here.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing much adventuring spirit at the moment from him.
Donkey is tired.
He's leveled up,
That's true. That is
But
true.
the Dunkadunk is our official designated survivor for the party.
Yeah.
So
right.
that if we don't make it back,
Alfilia
the Dunkadunk has to
notices.
continue the quest.
Carry
Alfilia
on
does.
the shopkeeper's jeans.
Ophelia notices that there's a clear attachment to the donkey and says, "Look, if you want to take the donkey with you, we can bring him along. It might slow us down half a day. Not much, I don't think. If
You stay here, badonkadonk. A little tear rolls down his Digby's cheek.
it just lets out
And
that
he
obnoxious,
gently slaps him on the balls. Goodbye. Because that's what I remember.
A little love tap.
Yeah, that's what. But not like tough, like.
He's not going to throw up in like 13 seconds, is he?
What's his name? Hit him on the nuts.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's the callback. That's what it was. It wasn't because I meant to dog.
For anyone who's just tuned in for the first time, just to
That's what it's a carry on.
yeah.
No, I don't touch him on the ball. I pat him on the donkey tail.
Yeah. He just lets out one of those like real obnoxious kind of sounds.
Okay, you stay here for real, and I start leaving.
Okay, good. Yeah. It's a long journey. I don't think we need to specifically call out every day and night of this journey. What I will say is, on this journey, you do learn more about the history of Mirror Lake, and what's called the Isle of Mist, which is the small island found within Mirror Lake. There's stories that there were these, because this is stories from like 800 years ago that these have all been passed down by. Once Sathmog was banished from the world, the Dragon Emperor Eladane, who you've heard plenty about, used the Isle of Mist as a prison for the demon's immortal herald, Azrahel Koth. Immortal herald. And the story goes that Eladane's mages granted a band of warriors eternal undeath to guard Azrahel Koth until the end of time. The entire island was then shrouded in this corrosive, everlasting mist to make sure that should anything happen to those undead looking over Azrahel, that Azrahel himself would not be able to escape. And for 800 years, not a single intruder could break through that mist and through the Isle of Mist's defenses, despite there being numerous attempts, even by Alfilia herself. Instead, it seems that the threat came from within. Strengthened by Sathmog's growing anger in the outside world, Azrahel Koth finally awoke from his cursed sleep, managed to enslave the undead warriors who were supposed to guard him, and sent them out through the fog, through the mist themselves, to recruit on his behalf and grow his army for him from outside the Isle, with the goal: get the Umdaman, bring it back to me, so I can escape and bring Sathmog back. So that's where we are now, Alfilia says. You have the sword that Azrahel needed, the sword that he had basically pushed aside Eladane's plans and is close to unraveling on the world. 800 years. I still think, this is Alfilia, I still think we need to just take this sword and go. If it's not in the Misty Vale, his undead will never find it. We may grow this, maybe the Misty Vale and the outskirt village are lost to time, maybe, but the world is saved. But I don't think it matters what I think. I think you guys have your plan and you've found the pieces. Everything seems to be working in your favor. What are the thoughts? What are the thoughts of you as you hear this tale? What you're traveling. It's taken hours to get the full detail, all of these details that you've been taken in as you're riding sort of in a small group of horses along these dirt roads north up the Misty Vale.
What was the first bit? But seriously, so Aladane imprisoned Azrael at the Isle of Mist. But what was that about the very start? Who was I missed the name there.
Sathmog.
So, and Sathmog is the...
Sathmog was Aladane's opposer, like a rival, the big threat to the Misty Vale that Aladane managed to conquer with the Undermine and banished him from this world. And that's why Azrael wants that sword, to bring Sathmog back.
What is Sathmog?
What is Sathmog? Sathmog is... the Sathmog goes back thousands of years to when there was just dragons and demons that ruled the land. Sathmog was the king of demons, the ruler of all. And Aladane was the dragon's mighty human warrior.
Oh, he's a human though.
Yeah, was long time ago. We believed he must have had some kind of dragon bond of some sort.
Yes, the dragon's human's avatar or protector or
He was the
main man,
the dragon emperor, Aladane.
All right. So Sathmog's well gone. Is that right?
Well, he's banished from our current reality.
Okay, but
and it is
Azrael is still around.
Yeah, we believe it's Sathmog's powers that create the things that you see happening here with the storms, the locusts, the earthquakes, the meteors from the sky. We believe that's all Sathmog's influence.
But Azrael is just like a step below. That's like a servant of
his herald. Yeah,
Sathmog. So if Sathmog can survive, do you think there's any way that we could bring back Aladane?
I mean, Aladane and Sathmog are not the same. Aladane was merely human. Sathmog was born of the evil of the world.
I do know a couple of immortal beings, so you never know.
Me.
One of them is with us.
It's just like a real quizzical look as they all the Immaculate Flame people just all turn and sort of like look at Wilgus.
I've seen it.
Look on his face.
Well, I was just wondering. Okay, well, thank you for enlightening me.
And that is why there's two options with the Undermine. It's get it away from Azrael or destroy Azrael, and the safest bet is to just get it away from him.
I don't think you'll be stopping Azrael for long. Looks like
you might be right.
He's going to get that sword, because once he gets the sword, what does he do with it?
Freeze Sathmog.
How? What?
I don't know. It's something. It's an unknown to us.
So he's locked away, and it needs the sword to, like a key or something.
No, we have no idea.
Okay, that part's a mystery. It's just a rumor.
It's 800 years old. We don't know how Sathmog got banished.
Okay. I still don't think, if he's becoming stronger and he's going to come out, he'll go over that mountain and make that place all misty before you know it.
Time is of the essence.
It's kind of only really... If we run away, it feels like it's just delaying the inevitable. However, if we meet it head on, we have a chance of fighting it.
I agree completely. I do agree that it would just be a means to delay and to think up another way forward. This is the more direct. It's a 1 in a million shot. But it's at least it will decide whether it's going to go one way or another, right? Either we put an end to Azrahal and seal him away alongside Sathmog with no means for either of them to escape, or you die and Azrahal releases Sathmog on the world.
Yes. Don't
We
like the die
die.
part, but yeah, we might get away.
We die.
Yeah.
You.
Oh, right, yeah. I think there's over the journey, there's a real buy-in, more and more of a buy-in on this idea as you guys progress. You continue talking. You throw about. You've got 4 days worth of travel to really throw around all of these ideas on alternatives, possibilities, one way or another. I think Wilgus being invincible is they're holding on to that being like your trump card here. I mean, the immortal Azrahal against the invincible Wilgus. Surely that increases the odds for your team, and they're starting to get more buy-in and their biggest concern is how we're going to get through the mist, how we're going to get across the lake. We don't even know how far into the lake you need to go because it's just a solid yellow wall of mist.
Well, the goblins might be able to help us with that.
We'll figure they believe the mist isn't going to be the thing that stops you, Alfilia says. I have a feeling. I think your meeting with Azrahal is destined. I think that fog
can part it.
I think you'll find a way. Again, 4 days. There's the occasional undead skeleton that shambles out onto the road in front of you that gets quickly taken down by the two leading at the front. There are more occurrences of sleets and hailstorms. To the north, there is one of the mountains just rumbles and explodes in this big volcanic eruption on the northern horizon. As you can feel the anger of Sathmog building over those 4 days. And as you're the 4th day is nearing and you're settled down for camp, Alfilia says we're almost there. We're incredibly close already. I just think it's better if we go at first dawn than it is to just crest this ridge now. We don't want to be fighting in the dark. If there's anything there, we don't want to be caught in the dark. Let's camp here. Let's get our rests. Let's just make some peace with what comes tomorrow.
Yes, and hopefully our goblin friends show up tonight.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
That's the Western allies that we're talking about, by the way. We convinced them to join our army.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. We can have that conversation now if you like.
Yes.
They're surprisingly unfazed. Alfilia says, well, we knew the orcs had left the Misty Vale, tails between their legs. We didn't realize one of them had decided to raise his own army. Goblins.
You're right.
Against Azrahal.
We have employed them across our adventures getting our statuette pieces, and they've cloven down many a foe.
So you're telling me that not only are you the group that is going to destroy Azrahal with the legendary hidden away Umdaman, but you're going to bring peace for the goblin folk in the Misty Vale as well.
It does sound pretty enlightening, doesn't it?
That's us.
It very much does. It very much does. But I shouldn't be surprised to hear that from you. I hope they're there. I hope that we can fight alongside them. She calls it a night. If they snuff out the fire, and it's a long night. It's not a night of deep restful sleeps. It's a night of ponderings of tomorrow. It's been a pretty relaxing day of travel this last day, so it's not like you're feeling the need for a deep sleep either. There's excitement, there's nervousness, exhilaration. It's all sort of fighting for your attention as you lay down within your tents. And then it's the thing that wakes you up is just the morning light slowly creeping, illuminating the inside of the tent. Have we got some sounds? Here we go. It's relatively quiet. It's very still this morning. It's a bit mistier. It's a bit foggier this morning. The dark clouds still hang above. And there's a lot less chatter. There's a lot more focus on the faces of the Immaculate Flame soldiers. They're all getting their horses ready and packs ready to go, checking their swords to make sure everything is good. Is there anything, do we want to save before we go? Because we may not be able to load again after this moment. No? Okay.
That's a terrifying prospect. I'm going to manual save and quick save.
Yeah. Like I said, there's focus. There's an uncertainty. There's a ridge. That's all you know. Alfilia said there's a ridge, and then maybe a kilometer past that ridge is Mirror Lake. And she gets on the horse. The others get on theirs, and they start heading towards that ridge. The ridge is a couple of 100 meters away. How's everyone feeling?
Well, it sounds like a nice place, though, doesn't it? Mirror Lake.
It's better than Piss Fog Lake, I guess.
Yes, perhaps deceptively nice, because I am a little bit scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no turning back now, is there?
Is going over the ridge the only way? Should we do like some sort of maneuver where we go into like
under the
surround them?
ridge?
I mean, you don't know where you need to be with this lake. There's multiple ways to this lake. It's a pretty big lake if the map has anything to say about it. You don't really know which direction you're even really coming in at. You're welcome to say, can we just go like a kilometer that way? You're welcome to suggest that or even ask for that, you know?
Where on the map is the ridge?
Well, there's no specific. This isn't a perfect map. You know?
Sorry.
This is just an artist's rendition of the map. But you feel that you're probably coming up from around like this area here, just south of the lake.
Because we have been next to the lake before. We went to a well to the south.
Oh no, that was by Cummer River.
Oh, okay.
This one. So you've come up north over this little bridge, taken a left through some of this forest, past some wrecks and ruins. You've sort of come onto the other side of Cummer River, and now you've taken a right and heading north up to Mirror Lake. That's kind of the journey that this 4 days has taken.
Uncharted territory then. Okay, well, let's just march over. How bad can it be? Huh? Maybe our imagination's worse than reality.
Yeah, let's stick with the group then.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yes, after you, brave souls.
Yeah. You're
a brave soul too.
The group of you head towards that ridge, that sort of that unknown of what's beyond, and you crest the ridge and you look down across towards the lake and you see that fog and that mist sort of coalesce heavier than you've seen it before, and that yellowness to it a kilometer away, hanging like a perfect soft disc over this lake in front of you. From the height you're at, you can see maybe a silhouette of a tower off in the background, somewhere within that mist. And from the distance you're at, I'll get an awareness roll from everybody.
Okay.
Woohoo! I got a 10.
Success.
I got a 4.
Okay,
yeah, you've rolls out of the way.
You've all succeeded. Standing, you can't really gauge the distance, but standing probably quite close to that lake, but just on the edge of that yellowed mist, you can see the silhouettes of some figures. It's quite a few of them.
I think we should prepare for battle. That's probably bitchin' her cronies. What do you think?
Could it be? Could it be your
I think so.
goblin friends?
Oh, it could be.
Oh.
Should we send a scout?
Everyone's looking at each other. Will
Shall I
go.
call
And
her
how-
on my duck call? Because I know that Grub would recognize my duck call.
I like it, Mallory.
Yeah.
I'll stand nearby and cup your lips with my hand to make it go further.
Just
you make your duck call. Yeah, you make your call. And what movement? What movement you did see from the figures like stops as it looks like they all sort of like look up towards you, and there's distance now. There's an awareness of each other between this group and your group now. 6 of you. You can't really tell how many, but it looks to be more than 6 down there.
7.
7 or 8.
700. It's our army, of course.
No, there's not that many. There's definitely not like 100, but there's like it's like a lump of silhouettes. They're all kind of standing close together.
Not like a big parade.
Hello! Grub!
Friend,
Grub the Immortal, are you there?
friend or foe?
There's no response. But you can see them sort of shuffling and sort of like moving closer,
Oh, I don't like
moving
that.
in your direction.
Oh.
Grub doesn't really shuffle. He more like annoys.
I think we should prepare for the worst and hope for the best. How's that?
Yes.
Yep.
Where's the courage? Alfilia asks, "Is this the courage you're going to take on Azrael Koth with? We should be." And she turns to the others. This is. We shouldn't be doing this.
I just unsheathed courage. For Frodo! And Wilgus will
Yeah.
trot down the ridge
Oh yeah,
with Underman out.
yeah. The Seekers of the Immaculate Flame just join in with you by your side as your horse and their 4 horses take off. Mallory and Digby.
Yes. Is there like a vantage point that I could go off to so I can like fire down onto the
I mean, you're gonna have to do
group
some.
if I need?
If you need, we can. I'm sure we'll find something for you. But at the moment, there's like a
Okay,
800
just
meters to a
galloping.
kilometer sort of like distance. But I'm sure we'll be able to find you something down there. Wilgus, you're out in front with the Umdaman in hand, and as you're getting closer, the mist kind of opens up a little bit. It becomes a little less thick between you and them, and you notice that it's Leonara, Quasimund, and there's what now you see is about 24 soldiers, both living and dead, standing behind and to the sides of Leonara. And Alfilia pulls back on her reins and says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa!" And there leaves like a 200-meter distance between your group and their group. She says, "There's more than I gave them credit for."
I thought it was only 7.
That's the mist, I guess.
The mist, yeah.
The mist, now that you've gotten closer, is a lot thicker, and it's you can see that yellow sort of a bit more around you now. You've gotten into it. It's a heavier smell to the mist now as well. It's kind of a disgusting acidic flavor to it, and a lot of the grass has been killed off closer to the shores of this lake now, and the mist that does manage to reach you, Wilgus, is swirling away from you before it can reach you. There's like this radius out from you that the mist seems to be unable to penetrate. And Alfilia sort of notices as she gets closer to you, she looks down, she says, "It's the Underman." And there's like a moment of silence now as their group, standing closer to that lake, closer to the thickness of that yellow mist, they're just staring at you. And they're just eyeing you up. And suddenly, behind you, you just hear this horn just blowing in the distance. You turn, and cresting the hill, alone, comes a single figure. Riding atop this wide-eyed goat, just shambling everywhere. This big orcish war banner, like, is attached to his back, swinging and flapping and tossing about, almost toppling him with each step that the goat makes. And he waves over to you guys with this big, big grin on his face. And he says, "Grub is here to save you all!" as he's waving out. And there's just this moment of silence. The only sound is like the goat's hooves on the dirt. And then just a thunderous sound of paws and snarls breaks over the ridge behind Grub as a dozen goblins surge over the ridge atop snarling and barking wargs. And last of all, stepping up calmly through the chaos is Maladuk. She takes in the scene and she just calls out, "Attack!" to her goblin crew. As the goblins move in, you see silhouettes come up out of the yellow mist. More undead. Just more and more undead crawling up out of the waters, out of the lake, joining Leonara. And Leonara just smirks across at your group, this vicious grin, and calls for her party to charge as well. With that, Alfilia and the other riders around her, they look back to your group. Two of them break off and charge towards the others. And Alfilia just turns to you, Wilgus. Turns to you, Digby. Mallory. She says, "We'll keep them busy. You just go." And as the group, they just take off. They just burst in. Just goblins surge past you in the snarling, roaring mass. The Immaculate Flame on the other side, joining them as they create this large army, just clang into the Leonara's army of soldiers and undead. What do you do?
Let the light of Eladane guide us. And yeah.
And we'll do what we were told. Where was
Yes,
she
we do
telling us
what
to
we
go?
were told.
Yeah.
Get to the Isle of Mist.
Let's go.
Okay.
Woo!
Let's go.
Okay, yeah, okay. So you guys just run to the shore, not knowing what to be looking for, but you're steering clear of where the massive, violent war attacks are happening. You're trying to stay clear. The swirling mass of yellow mist pushing out from Wilgus. Mallory, Digby, you're trying to stay as close to Wilgus as you possibly can. And as you run to the shore of the lake, a group of undead emerge through that mist and up out of that water in front of them. Just too many of them. And this enormous boulder just crashes down on top of them. A giant splash of water as the boulder just careens through the undead, crushing them. And you turn to see Glam-glam charging into the fray.
Gurr, 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 gurr.
That's where we're going to end it tonight. That's
Yay!
yeah, that's us. That's us. Let's do some. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that one. That was good. Okay.
Wow, that was massive.
That was massive.
Yeah.
How you guys feeling? You good? Everyone good?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Blood pressure at 300 over 60.
That's good. That's good. Did you participate in the game session tonight?
Yay.
Did you explore a new location? Yes. Mirror Lake.
Hmm.
Did you defeat one or more dangerous adversaries?
Undid on the road?
There you go. Absolutely. Did you overcome an obstacle without using force? Well, you went around the army of soldiers.
The mist with the.
And yeah, yes, actually, the mist is a good one. And did you give into your weakness, which I'm giving definitely a point to Digby for that one. For
Was
sure.
lazy. Yep.
Yeah, by evading the evade session. Perfection.
And sleeping.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Um,
So is
I don't
that 5?
huh?
Is that 5 points? Is that what that adds up to? Or is it 4?
Just
Total.
what?
All the things you just listed.
Yeah,
Was that 5?
Yeah,
Okay.
5. Sorry.
All right.
Did anyone else give into their weakness tonight?
I did not have a chance. I think.
Yeah. Did Wilgus, was he wanting to jump into battle, or did he know that was not going to be a good idea?
He certainly wanted to, but killing Eladane sounds even more enlightening than
Yeah.
someone did. So
I'm trying to
wrestled
see.
with it, but
I'm trying to decide if you overcame your weakness by not just like charging in to destroy them or not.
if it was battle or zero battle, then
True.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
okay.
he's going battle to even bigger battle.
Yeah,
in
no, that's
his
fair.
mind.
That's fair. Okay, cool. All right. Let's start with Digby. Do you want to do your leveling up?
Yes. Okay. I've chosen my 3 things. I got acrobatics, bushcraft, 5 things, evade, persuasion, and spot hidden. But also had awareness because I rolled a 20 on
Yeah,
it.
cool.
Or a 1. I forget what it was good. So
Yeah, 1.
okay, so acrobatics, I rolled a 3. It's a fail. Awareness rolled a 15, but that is what that's
You
a
gotta
meets
go,
doesn't
yeah.
beat.
Gotta go. higher.
Bushcraft 19, that's a success.
Hey.
Evade 5, that's a fail. Persuasion 17, that's a success.
Nice.
And spot hidden is an 8, so that's a fail. So I got a
Nice.
couple.
So your persuasion's up to 17 now. So you almost ready to get another heroic ability.
Yes,
That's pretty good.
You can convince Azrael Koth to just kill himself.
That's what I'm hoping. Yeah, but just change his ways.
Yeah,
Change
that
their
might be a
ways.
hard one. Go with Wilgus.
I've got awareness, bushcraft, myths and legends, spot hidden, and swords.
Cool.
And we're going to click the magic button. And
Oh yeah.
awareness goes up. All
Dang.
right.
It's at 17 now.
No bushcraft or myths or legends. Spot hidden goes up.
That's at 17 as well. You guys are getting
And no
close to some
sword.
more heroic abilities.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
So 2.
That's
not bad.
great.
I'll
That's
take
great.
it.
Mallory.
Right. I've got acrobatics, awareness, evade, which is on 17, healing, bows. I just want more bows, and knives, which is also on 17.
Oh, come on. If we could get you 2 more heroic abilities, that would be amazing. That's fair.
Okay, let's go. Go. Please. Did it work? Wait, did it go? Oh, I pushed the wrong button. Oh, jeez. Got too excited.
What a build up.
Did it go?
No,
Is it?
because you pressed the
Oh,
wrong button.
magic button. Magic button. Have I pushed it twice now? Mother of pearl. Okay.
Are they?
Right. I'm going manual.
Wait.
Did you have to re-click them on the red things?
No,
Or
they're
click
all...
at the bottom of that red
Okay.
level
Let
up
me
arrow?
let me try. I think the pixel moved, and I have to push my arrow slightly underneath the button.
Yeah, I do too.
Oh, really? Oh, there you go.
There it goes. Healing is up. Awareness is up to 17. That's it.
That's still, you're in a good position. We definitely, there's still going to be more
Oh,
opportunities.
it didn't roll bows.
Oh,
Is that because it's too high and it won't let me do it anymore?
are you at 18 already?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, pick something else. Pick something. You can't.
Oh,
Once
okay.
18's the max.
Oh, that's hurtful. Okay.
So pick something else and then just hit that button again.
Yeah. Something that I haven't picked already.
Yes. Yeah. Not. Yeah. Definitely something you haven't picked.
Yeah.
Bows.
Won't let me. I'll have to pick another one. Bows. Damn it.
Buzz. Let's try sneaking. I
Okay.
can always sneak. Okay, let's just roll sneaky. Gotta get over 14. Why am I rolling 2?
Because you clicked sneaking instead of the update button.
Mother.
But you did roll just 2 12s, so neither of them were good. So that's okay. We'll just that's fine. Oh, that's all right. You guys had a good session of leveling up anyway. We had some good training to boost some of your stats at least a little bit. Some good levels up at the end there. How are you guys feeling about the Mirror Lake?
Very good.
Yeah?
Yeah, we've had a lot of help, you know?
Yeah.
It was
come
very
through.
exciting.
Yeah.
I
Very
knew the
cinematic
goblins would
too.
come through. I knew it.
Thought you're going to mention Glam's nipples glistening in the sun, morning sun. You know, like,
Is
what's
that
that blinding
No.
light? Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle.
I like the idea that he's just like carried that boulder from the Tower of Size all the
Oh, it's
way.
that boulder, is it?
It's the exact
Yeah.
same boulder.
Oh.
He's knackered.
Aw.
He's absolutely exhausted.
And he's passed heaps of other boulders along the way. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, there was already one there.
That's a way better one too.
It's like the rifleman's creed. There are many boulders, but only this one is mine.
Yeah.
Drop Shadow on the chat said fab. I thought so. I thought that was a cool little build up to. Guys, we're very at the end here. We're stepping into. We're stepping into the
End game.
This is the end game now.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like it, man. Nailing those vibes.
Yeah. Unless there's another subterranean.
Purgatory.
There's a subterranean map which is just as big.
Yeah.
And there's 4 more statuette pieces to find down there.
Yeah, normally you get those 4 pieces and then, that's the start. And then you have to get 12 or 8 pieces of some other shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we'll find out next session how many pieces of what you'll need to find to progress.
Pieces of what?
You got to find Azrael's bedroom next, which is locked by a key with a club, a key with a heart, and a key with a diamond, and a key with a spade.
And a Patreon paywall.
Yeah.
DLC coming soon.
In season 2.
Yeah. Love it. Thanks, guys. That was a cool session.
That's super
It
cool.
was maybe a bit more linear sort of story focused session than a big get to do a bunch of different things, but I think it was exactly what needed to happen to make sure that the next few sessions are open to whatever you want to do now. This is going to be great.
All right. We can do it.
This. No time for fishing next show.
And that's Rime of the Frost Maiden, okay? We'll do fishing in Rime of the Frost
Well, we're on a lake.
Yeah. We need to figure out how you're going to get to the Isle now that you've got this war zone all around.
Glam-glam can throw us, right?
Perfect. Just get on the boulder and you'll
That's what
throw
we
the
learned the
boulder.
trebuchet for, yeah.
Where's what's her face? I can surf her across.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Ah.
All right, well, I'm going to disappear. Thank you guys for the awesome session. Thanks to everybody who stopped by to watch or whatever it was that you guys did tonight. Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Here's our Discord. Here's our YouTube. Here's our Patreon, because you should totally be supporting us to make sure we do cool sessions like this every week. Woo! Or we'll just do them for free. Either one works. See you guys next week. I hate to be the one to do this. There may be a delay on, might be 2 weeks' time because I've got a big job that I've got to start early in the morning for on the Wednesday. I'll let you know closer to the day. Let you know closer because yeah, we'll see. So it might not be next Tuesday, but it will be the Tuesday after, all going well.
Thanks all.
Cool. Thanks, everybody.
Sure.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye bye.